Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Zurich Invest Night here in Zurich Commodity TV for you. And with me now is not a mining company. It's something really different. It's VRIFY Technology. And Hannes Portmann, the head of mining, is here with me and wants to give us an insight into his terrific, I would say, analyzing tool, 3D modeling technology for mining companies.
Yes. Well, first of all, Jochen, thank you very much for having us and me specifically. It's great to be together again.
Yeah, definitely. Big pleasure. We know each other a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
And now you are with technology, no longer with mining associated, which is also a great move, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give a short overview. What is VRIFY?
Sure, absolutely. Well, VRIFY is, as you said, a technology company that is looking to completely change the way that companies engage with their investors and other stakeholders. So what VRIFY has done is created a platform through a combination of immersive photography, so satellite imagery, 360-degree drone photography, on-the-ground photography, underground photography, coupled with three-dimensional models that are easy to use to create a platform or canvas through which mining companies to start, and we're going to look to move into other industries eventually, but because the founders, Steve DeJong and George Salamis, as well as myself, have experience in the mining industry, that's the sector we started with, and so we give companies an opportunity to really, the way I describe it is to bring the mine to people rather than having to bring people to the mine.
Yeah, that's right.
And really it's about making complex stories simple. And as you know, the mining industry has a fair bit of complexity, and what we want to do is provide a platform to distill that information, allow investors and other stakeholders, so communities, governments, you name it, to have access to better information, ask better questions, and in turn make better decisions.
Okay, super. So how would that work? Do you have like a camera team, for example, for the underground with a special equipment? Then they go into the mine and you film all that stuff. But what are you doing when you have like 30 kilometers or 50 kilometers of tunnels? You cannot film everything. How does that work?
Yeah, sure. No, well, we work with the clients to ensure that we understand what is the story that our company's clients are trying to tell. So for example, if somebody's doing an expansion of an underground, we would try to capture that image. So the intent isn't to capture the whole mine, it's to capture 10 to 15 of the most important features of a mine. Of course, we start at 50,000 feet, so that's the satellite imagery, and then we come slowly down, so then you can use drone photography, and we do all the stitching, so we do the pre and post production. We work with the client to say, if they have local camera people that they have a relationship with that are familiar with the asset, we can easily use them. We have a network, because we now have 60 clients on our platform all over the world, so we've developed a network of course, service providers around cameras, etc. And then, we stitch that all together. And really what it is picture, just working your way down from, satellite imagery all the way to surface. If it is an underground mine, you could take shots from underground, you could take shots in your mill. If you're doing an expansion to your mill, you can capture where you're doing that, why you're doing that. And then the final piece of the puzzle is the 3D model. And the way we've done it is used a proprietary software that our great team of developers has built, where we take the output from things like Leapfrog, Gemcom, Vulkan. We're quite agnostic to where we get the raw data, and then what we build is the shapes of the either open pit or underground resource, as well as the drill tracings, in a way that works the same way you would look at a picture of your family. You zoom in with your finger like that on an iPad, you spin it around like this. So we want to use the ability to just navigate these materials in a simple, easy to understand, intuitive way.
So that means to me that you are able to give the investor a real imagination what it looks like and in what he might invest.
Absolutely. And just a clear picture, because of course resources and drill holes, they exist in three-dimensional space. But looking at, for example, the traditional way or the 2D. Old way, you're looking at a sheet of paper having to understand, okay, I'm looking at it from the top, and now you're showing me a cross-section. And that's one thing, if you're a trained geologist or mining engineer, you're used to operating with those kind of documents. But we want to attract the generalists back into our sector, and you can imagine the attention spans of, well, all people, but certainly investors, is shrinking every single day. So for a generalist to say, okay, I don't understand your drill hole map, like show it to me. So you can look in three-dimensional space, it's fully rotatable, where that drill hole is, where you're expanding your resource, what that means for my investment. Is that good news? Is it bad news? So just that heightened transparency, I think, is a big part of what our sector needs.
Fantastic. So that means that you can be fed with drill results, for example, from the company.
Exactly.
Then you can model that.
Yes.
And also on the other hand, are you going out in the field to VRIFY, what you are doing?
Yeah, well, what we don't want to be is another layer of regulation. So we're not the next 43101. So we rely entirely on the company's continuous disclosure. So they give us information. We don't touch it or manipulate it. We just put it on the platform that enables people to see it in a more transparent way, which in turn, as I said at the beginning, allows them to say, okay, this drill hole, I'm now seeing where this result is. What does that mean? So they can ask the company better questions. So we're really just providing the platform or canvas that enables this better communication linkage to take place.
Fantastic, perfect. And are you able to do it all over the world by now, or do you have certain, let's say, mining centers, I would call it, where you are now more focused on?
No, we're able to go all over the world. So we have clients, for example, in Africa, Latin America, certainly a lot in Canada, Mexico, the US. So yeah, we'll go anywhere.
Super. And the amount of companies you can handle, you said you have now 60 companies.
Yeah, it's been
open.
Yeah, it's been pretty remarkable. Yeah, exactly. Always. No, we started a year ago at PDAC. We had 5 clients. Today we have 60.
That's a nice growth rate.
Just coming out of PDAC and various conferences, including here the European Gold Forum. We think that 60 is going to 100 in a very quick order, and our objective is by the end of this year to be over 200 clients.
Fantastic, great. How do you make, let's call it revenues, or how is the business model set up? I mean,
sure.
If you do it one time, you want to do it another time, right?
Of course.
When you started that, it does not help when you do one model and then you're drilling, and nothing comes afterwards, right?
Yes.
There's no follow-up. So how does it work?
Yeah, so there's an onboarding fee to get all of this content built, which of course costs, is what we're there to do, and we have 25 people at VRIFY employed to build these tours and databases. So that ranges from $10,000 to $20,000 per project, and that just the difference between the number of photographs, etc. And then the ongoing fee can range from a base fee of $200 a month, again per project, up towards $1,200 a month. But what we're doing is adding features, making the applications even better. We most recently added something where 10 companies at the European Gold Forum presented using VRIFY's version of PowerPoint.
Wow,
so our developers, again, to their absolute credit, developed again an application of the technology that allows you to blend PDFs with photography, with preset scenes of your 3D model. And those 3D models transition. So you can imagine it's almost like watching a movie, but you're actually just hitting next on an iPad. So it functions like PowerPoint in a linear fashion, but is once again way more immersive. So in those kind of features, we of course feel that we're entitled to charge more because it allows companies to communicate that much better, and we've provided that service.
Fantastic! Wow, that sounds like a super game plan.
Yeah.
And 2019, what do you want to achieve with the company?
Well, certainly to continue to roll out these new applications. I mentioned our target of getting over 200 clients, so we're starting from 60 today, so we have some work to do. But I think as we continue to add on more, as more people become familiar with VRIFY, people start presenting with it. Lots of shareholders institutional shareholders, particularly in London, have given us feedback that this is a much better way for them to receive information. So as we continue to triangulate this, we're going to have more and more companies coming towards us saying we want to be on this platform.
Okay, Hannes, thank you very much. Sounds like a super game plan, and I would say people think in pictures, and you're doing exactly the right thing.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was Hannes Portmann from VRIFY, the head of mining, and you heard it, a new way, I would call it, of really doing 3D models, of doing models of future mines, but also existing mines, bringing it to the investors, to the people who are interested in to invest in the mining sector, and now you can really visualize what you are investing in. I think that's the right way to do it, and I would say check it out. VRIFY is the company, VRIFY Technology. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Zurich.
Thank you.